Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you with the next lecture in the Applied Psychological Engineering series. And this session or lecture goes on from yesterday, where we understood how to re-engineer the conscious and unconscious mind. And we started to understand the process between how conscious structures and hierarchies and meanings are translated into emotional states. And now, today, what we're going to really focus in on understanding is emotional state management. So, how do I identify what state do I want to feel? So, like, if I want to feel joy, what does joy feel like? Do you sort of get it? Like, how do I manage my emotional state if I do not understand the spectrum or range of my emotions? Do you sort of get it? So I have to bring the unknown within emotions into the known, and that is state management. Do you sort of get it? So if someone's action or behavior makes me angry, like I have to understand and know why it's making me angry and what aspect of anger it's eliciting out of me. And then basically, as I understand this and I conceptualize this, I am now able to manage it in the environment or situations when it occurs. Do you sort of get it? So emotional state management is simply saying there is a baseline emotional state that I want to feel, and then basically I am regulating and practicing ways in which to regulate my emotional state to always stay within one standard deviation of the baseline. Do you sort of get it? And that's what emotional state management is. When I'm really good at emotional state management, I can pick up slight shifts prior to it moving one standard deviation. Do you sort of get it? So, like, the better I become at identifying when my emotional state is about to shift and understanding is it shifting into a positive thing? So, maybe like I'm walking, into a store and then I see my best mate from high school that I haven't seen in 20 years and my emotional state picks up. Like, that's a positive thing. It's something that's really, really fun. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's enjoyable. But should I walk, I don't know, around a corner and see a poster of something that makes me upset? Do you sort of get it? Maybe I see something, about the government and government lies and all of that. And then that makes me angry. So I want to artificially identify or I want to artificially create like not triggers, but I want to create points of observation. So like points of conscious awareness that, like, for example, if I know, for example, the government or government lying upsets me, like I'm able to be aware of that and to regulate my emotional state when I am speaking about the government rather than giving into that emotion and becoming frustrated, angry, whatever it may be. Do you sort of get it? So it's like if you think about this in your day-to-day life, in your career, in your education, in everything, like what makes it successful or what makes you succeed, the highest sort of like the variable with the highest or the most direct link to your success in anything that you do is your emotional state and the regulation of that emotional state. Do you sort of get it? If you become too stressed, anxious, upset, angry, or anything like that, your mind can enter an emotional response to where you basically start self-regulating or self-limiting your focus, and you get narrower and narrower and narrower. So, like when I perceive a threat, my mind goes into fight or flight where I'm looking at very, very specific information. Do you sort of get it? So I get tunnel vision, and all I'm looking for is the threat. And once I get my eyes on the threat, I'm tunnel vision locked into that threat. Whereas when I'm in a state of empowerment or a state of sort of relaxation or enjoyment or happiness or joy or love or whatever, my sort of my perception and my focus is very broad. I see everything that's going on. I'm not too worried about any one individual thing happening because it's more how is everything together? How is the overall picture? Do you sort of get it? So we just understand negative emotions that are associated with stress responses will cause stress responses. Stress responses are fear responses. Your body doesn't, like the unconscious mind, doesn't understand the difference between stress and fear. Do you sort of get it? That's a conscious interpretation that you have to it, but it's the exact same physical sensation. That's why stress and fear exhaust you at the same rate. Do you sort of get it? Because like you wouldn't think stress would exhaust you, being like literally psychologically stressed about something or emotionally stressed about something would exhaust you at the same rate that physical stress or like danger or fear response, like, fight or flight. Do you sort of get it? Like fight or flight is high levels of adrenaline. High stress is high levels of cortisol. They mirror each other in terms of how the unconscious mind understands them. Do you sort of get it? The unconscious mind thinks of it as the same response. Do you sort of get it? So it's not that the unconscious mind believe, well, it does believe when you're stressed, you can like your unconscious mind can believe that you feel danger. So like to the level that you feel stress in your environment, you can trigger an unconscious fear or feeling of danger, and then that can trigger like mirroring to very, very high levels of adrenaline. So you're having high levels of cortisol because your brain's sort of mis misconceiving the stress as being a physical presentation of danger. Do you sort of get it? So we just have to understand how you identify and classify negative emotions. So the meaning you associate to it, the memories you associate to the emotion will alter the biochemical response. So it'll alter it from being a fear response that is cortisol or adrenaline. Do you sort of get it? And it'll shift it to being one of maybe love, which is oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if we start to understand this, think of your emotions as being different biochemical recipes for like highly specific um, like biochemical states. And biochemical states are, in essence, like how our body fuels itself. Because our muscles and our brain and all of that don't communicate through electricity, they communicate through like maybe bioelectricity or biochemical electricity, like chemical reactions creating the electrical impulse or the sort of the state change that causes change. Do you sort of get it? So if we think about that, like think about chemicals as being either transmitters of energy or data. So they're signals for movement or state changes within the body, within the muscles, but they're also like an energetic change to the environment of where that state change is happening. So they're instigating the environmental shift that triggers the state change in the synaptic pathway or in the muscle. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if I think about closing my hand, do you sort of get it? Like, there is a biochemical reaction happening. And by the time that biochemical reaction hits my hand closes. That's why there's a slight delay between me reacting and acting. Do you sort of get it? If the synaptic pathways aren't clear enough, there can be indecision in how I signal to the movement. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, if I was holding, like, let's say I'm holding a sword for the first time, like, I'm not understanding how to grip it. Like, if I had to defend myself while you were striking at me, like the signals from my brain on how to position and hold that sword in a defensive thrust or parry, like, do you sort of get it? Like, those signals wouldn't be clear, so I would be unstable with it, but also my grip wouldn't be that strong as if they are clear. Do you sort of get it? But if I believe, like, I've always been around swords, I love swords, I've watched sword movies, all of this, the synaptic pathways will be slightly stronger. So when I hold the sword, it'll feel more natural. Do you sort of get it? So, like, remember this, like, when we're understanding synaptic pathway development and sort of physical outcomes or physical results, like, perception and reality sort of are the exact same. So if I shoot basketballs into the hoop, or if I visualize myself and do the muscle movement of shooting, like, it's the exact same. Well, not the exact same, but it's about to, I think it's like a 20% difference in effectiveness. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if you're understanding this, like, the synaptic pathways, as I develop them, the stronger the synaptic pathway is, the quicker my body adapts to muscle memory. That's why some people can pick up things really easy and other people can't. But the other thing is that it is perception as well. If if I create the belief within myself that something is difficult for me to learn or understand or do, like, I create psychological blocks that I have to overcome before I can do it. So I create internal resistance within the synaptic pathways because there's no coherency within the direction of travel of any thought. It's going in all different directions. Do you sort of get it? So it's like, if I believe that it is effortless, like, if I believe that I can hold a sword, that I can learn how to use a sword quickly, like, if I believe I can learn something quickly, I'm actually aligning the synaptic pathways to firing, or to, on average, linking and firing together in alignment over seeking to compete. Do you sort of get it? The most logical decision becomes a decision. I don't have to argue with it. Do you sort of get it? But if I see any more data or information that may say that a different decision is better, then I'm free to adapt because I'm not stuck in this one. Do you sort of get it? So it's just this understanding of identity and flow. Do you get it with synaptic pathways? I don't want to be stuck in this is the only way it can be done if evidence shows me a better way. Do you sort of get it? Like I don't want to have rigid synaptic pathways. I want to have malleable or like plasticity within my synaptic pathways to where they can jump from situation to situation. to where they can, through minor alterations and variations, now hold a completely new form. Do you sort of get it? So when we're understanding this, what we're understanding is just the psychological sort of like the neurological brain development of the synaptic pathways, but then also the psychological sort of the conscious mind triggers things. Do you sort of get it? But the conscious mind also is the initiator. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I see something in my environment and I'm sort of waiting until I decide or consciously am aware of what it is before I react to it. Do you sort of get it? Like I'm initiating everything. I'm not controlling my hands. I'm initiating the different actions that they do. Do you sort of get it? So rather than me being overly attached to my hand, I am simply in flow, initiating one hand, initiating the other hand, initiating the other hand. Do you get it? Like I'm not identified with myself in the attack or in the fight in my hands. So I'm not seeing the fight through my hands. Do you sort of get it? I am the higher consciousness and I am saying right hand, left hand, right hand. Do you sort of get it? Knee, body kick. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, now I'm in flow because I can flow through any extremity at the same speed or rate because all it is the initiation or the intention. So it's collaboration over competition. I'm not dominating my body to move in a specific pattern. I'm simply orchestrating that pattern into a cohesive blueprint. And then I am just going and right, left, left, right, 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 left. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, all I have to worry about is right, left. I'm not the fist. Do you sort of get it? My unconscious mind is the one that controls my body. Do you sort of get it? So it's really important that we understand this because when we're talking about emotional state and emotional state management, like my unconscious mind is the regulator of my emotions. So it works well when we have a relationship with our unconscious identity. Do you sort of get it? When we understand and can communicate and collaborate with our unconscious identity, what we are able to do is we are simply able to say, I want to feel happy, love, happy, love. Do you sort of get it? Like let go to negativity, love. Because I'm not attached to the emotions. The emotions aren't me. I'm detached in the higher consciousness. Do you sort of get it? So it's really important to understand that because we understand the higher consciousness and the heart frequency is the only way we can alter and change the internal states of being. This means like I can only create language patterns or observe language patterns from the higher state of consciousness. Like, do you sort of get it? I can't consciously observe language patterns when I'm stuck in the ego because the words are me. Like, do you sort of get it? Like they are an aspect or dimension of me that exists in the external environment. Do you sort of get it through energy and things like that? Like, so what we're understanding with this is if I identify myself with my communication, if I identify myself with my emotions, I am attaching myself to them. This means I am limited to only experiencing through them. When I want to like manage my emotional state, I don't manage my emotional state from in the trenches. Like, do you get it? Because in the trenches, like I'm in the middle of the war, I'm in the middle of the fight. Like, do you sort of get it? I have no situational awareness. Do you sort of get it? So we just understand like the higher consciousness is simply the conscious and unconscious mind in union. Like, do you get it? It's the potential of conscious thought and the potential of unconscious emotion. Like, do you get it? So, like, I have to be able to logically and emotionally understand the situation to have a higher viewpoint of the situation. Like, do you get it? So, there are psychological triggers that we can link to get us out of the ego or the identity of self, the internal identity of self. Do you sort of get it? Like, I can always let the unconscious identity of self take over as well. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, in the ego, the conscious mind, like we're using psychological triggers that alter us outside of individual perception or perspective. The higher consciousness is only reached once you are able to perceive outside of yourself. So, like, for example, in any situation or anything that you're going through, if you cannot see another person's point of view, like you're in your ego. But if you can take yourself out of how you see the situation and then put yourself in someone else's shoes and see the situation from their eyes, that is literally the higher consciousness because you have to detach your conscious awareness to now being outside of you, not associated to you. Do you get it? So it's through that detachment that I can become the woodcutter and not the axe. The ego is the axe. The unconscious mind or the emotional states is the axe. Do you get it? If I want to sharpen the axe, I have to become the woodcutter so that I am able to manipulate the axe. Because if I am the axe, for me to manipulate myself is a physical impossibility. Like, do you get it? So, like, consciously, if I want to pull myself into being the axe, I have to realize it is the state in which I can see others' perception or see others' perspectives. Do you sort of get it? Or experience through another's eyes that is the higher consciousness. Like, it's not a murder mystery to get there anymore. All I have to do in any situation is force myself to see another person's perspective, and I'm in my higher consciousness. Now, in that situation, I have my perspective and the perspective of another. Do you get it? So it's like the information and data of the situation, my awareness of the situation, my situational awareness in the situation is going to be dramatically increased. Do you sort of get it? So it's like to the level of sort of higher consciousness I enter is to the level of detachment from the situation that I am, so that I am able to see the situation from all different perspectives and perceptions. Do you sort of get it? And then that way I get a full picture of the situation. Do you sort of get it? This is the exact same process when we are mapping emotions as well. Like, what we're trying to do is we are trying to understand every dimension of it so that we understand the bounds of it. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if I am trying to sort of understand my higher consciousness, I am trying to understand like the highest state of the highest conscious of the higher consciousness is to be able to perceive all of the universe within your physical experience, to experience all of the universe as yourself, through yourself, experiencing the universe. So it's this understanding that to the level I can connect to all dimensions of reality, of perception, of perspectives, equal, like doesn't equal, but equals the result of the level of consciousness that I can attain in that situation. Do you sort of get it? It's sort of like when you think about um like spiritual leaders or mystics or gurus or anything like that. And you get this idea from watching them in a specific state that they're always in that state. And sometimes, they can sort of fall a bit short. And it's not that they haven't reached spiritual enlightenment or awareness. It's that we need spiritual enlightenment within every dimension of life. So I developed spiritual enlightenment for trees. I developed spiritual enlightenment for birds and bees. I developed spiritual enlightenment for food. Do you sort of get it? For communication, for relationships. It's just the highest point of human consciousness, which is the like the completeness of perception of it. So the seeing it from all dimensions. Do you sort of get it? All dimensions, known and unknown. How do you see the unknown? Like, do you sort of get it? This is where perception and reality, as we were speaking about, you know, developing the synaptic pathways, our brain doesn't understand the difference. So I can use perception or imagination to develop my synaptic pathways, but I can also use my imagination to create outside of what is currently known to me through accessing the conscious frequency or the frequency of consciousness. Do you sort of get it? Through in our unconscious mind, so in our subconscious, in the quantum state, there's quantum microtubuli. Through So basically, what they do is they take the frequency of consciousness and through quantum randomness, so acts of quantum randomness, they translate the collective frequency of consciousness into an individual experience of consciousness. Do you sort of get it? So like your emotions and all of that, all of your thoughts, like it's all a game. Like, do you get it? Like, you're not your emotions, you're not your thoughts. You are the collective consciousness. You just are an individual identity of self. Do you sort of get it? Or an individual identity of consciousness within the universe, but everything's the collective. Do you sort of get it? It's really important to understand this because once you understand this, it becomes effortless for emotional state management because you just realize like my emotions are tools. They help me enjoy life, but they also help me to do things like, they can get like joy and happiness and excitement, give you energy. So if you tell yourself you enjoy doing something, it becomes easier because we become less aware of like when we're having a good time. That's why time flies when you're having fun. But when you're miserable, time goes so slowly. Do you sort of get it? So if I want to make my life easier when I'm doing difficult things, if I convince myself through behavioral conditioning and through synaptic pathway development, like that I love what I'm doing and I'm having a good time and I enjoy it, and I sort of associate memories of enjoyment, feelings of enjoyment, and emotional states of enjoyment, I'll be in the biochemical state of enjoyment. So I'll be enjoying doing what I used to not like, but now I have engineered my brain to liking. So now it is effortless to do and time flies when I do it. Do you sort of get it? Like, why do you think these lectures are so easy for me? Because I'm having a good time. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's not difficult because, like our unconscious mind associates a disproportionate amount of effort to what we do not enjoy, and it associates an un or a disproportionate amount of joy, fulfillment, and happiness to any action that we want to do that we do. That's why when you go out to dinner and you're like, oh, I'm going to get a piece of cake, it just feels good and you enjoy it and it's something nice and special. It's because you allowed yourself to do it. Like, do you get it? Like when you allow yourself to do things that you like and you enjoy, like you feel good about yourself. Now, that's not to say that we're not, you know, we're trying to say that 20 beers a night is good. Probably not 20, but do you sort of get it? So like when we're understanding this, the more I enjoy things, okay, and to the higher level I believe I enjoy it, and I force myself to feel enjoyment while I do it, will alter the impact of the biochemical state. So if I truly believe that I fucking love doing this, like I feel like the highest levels of serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin while I'm taking this activity. Do you sort of get it? And then we're just using behavioral conditioning or behavioral association and behavioral association conditioning. So the association to the actions equaling the biochemical state, okay, and then to the biochemical state being what I enjoy. I enjoy that state. The activity becomes the trigger for the state. Do you sort of get it? So it's like, for example, like when I want to have fun, this is what I do. Like, do you get it? So, like, I feel like I'm having fun while I do this. And I sort of just kill time in between doing this. Like, do you sort of get it? And it's in understanding that, we're just understanding like when I've associated that this activity leads to a biochemical state, like my brain is naturally wired to repeat that behavior. That's why addictive tendencies and things like that can be so difficult when people have emotional trauma and unresolved trauma, because I need to feel love, but I cannot feel love on my own because it's too painful. So now I found that this substance, this action, this behavior, whatever it may be, equals and I'm able to feel either partial, fully that emotion. Do you sort of get it? So my brain says, or my unconscious mind says, this action, this substance, this behavior leads to this outcome, this biochemical state. And then basically every time I want to feel love, says, this is the action to do. This is the behavior to do. Do you sort of get it? So we're just understanding this process that naturally happens. This is just how the brain works. Do you get it? Like once you're like think of your brain as being like it's like what drives your brain is biochemical states. Do you sort of get it? So, like anything in life that you do, you are doing to get a biochemical response, or you are doing it in response to a biochemical response. So, like, you're sitting down and then you notice a bear running up on you and you just start running. Like, your behavior is in response to the biochemical state of, holy shit, there's a bear coming at me. Do you sort of get it? So, like our biochemical states are what, like when you think of love and you think of feeling love, like what you associate with that feeling of love is the biochemical state of love. The emotional state is sort of the like how important it is to you. Do you sort of get it? It's like emotional meaning, the emotional state of love. Do you sort of get it? But the biochemical state, that's that physical sensation. So when you feel good when you're around people, that's a biochemical state within you. Do you sort of get it? So your brain, like it likes those biochemical states, but most people believe that the external validation is above their internal validation. So they need the external environment to validate them so they may feel these biochemical states. And how they feel the biochemical state is to the environment and how it responds to them. So if a few people respond, they'll feel a little bit. If everyone responds, they'll feel it all. Do you sort of get it? It's why fame can go to people's heads and things like that, and popularity and all of that, because they're validating their biochemical states based upon external validation. That's why when no one likes them anymore, they sort of lose it and they can't cope and handle with it. Do you sort of get it? Because their whole validation system for their biochemical regulation was like or is removed. So unless they build or find a new sort of validation system or a new group to validate them, like they won't ever feel it again. Do you sort of get it? But it's literally just a belief of external being, like they believe the external means more than the internal. Like, do you sort of get it? But if you just flip them around, if the internal means more than the external, that means nothing in the external can affect the internal. If the external means more than the internal, that means nothing that the internal does can affect the external. So, should you lose all of your validation, nothing you do will ever change that. Do you get it? So, it's really important to flip that around so that we're validating internally so that I am the master. I am in control. Do you get it? Because, like, if you think about it, okay, so like, let's say I validate myself externally for love through the love of another. So, what I'm saying is that, like, I go to that person and they tell me they love me, but they're not like putting their hand in their chest and beating my heart. They're not altering my biochemical states. They're not altering my emotional states. So, what this means is I am waiting for cues from them and then taking reciprocal or mirroring actions to their cues. Do you sort of get it? So like if I'm validating it externally, that means I am sitting in a state of waiting or you know, like oh like yeah, I can't think of the word, but like purgatory pretty much, where it's just a never ending waiting until I get environmental stimuli from the external validation that tells me what to do. So I'm very reactive to my environment. Do you sort of get it? But when I internally validate it, that's when I'm saying that no matter what the external says, like whatever the internal has been set to is what it is. Like, do you sort of get it? So if I say I'm happy, I'm happy. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, even if it starts raining, like if I say I'm happy, I'm happy because I'm like I've chosen to be happy. The external isn't like the determining factor for me being happy. Like, do you sort of get it? I'm not basing how happy I am based on the external, environment or the external validation or the external results. Do you sort of get it? These are all ways that we self limit or self impose or self imprison ourselves by creating these beliefs to where, you know, I have to have, so much money in the bank so that I can feel financially secure. I have to have, you know, strong or to such a level of, relational bonds with friends, family, and all of that so that I can feel secure within a community. Do you sort of get it? So, like, I'm creating these beliefs that if, for example, my bank account goes below a certain point, I'm now in a high stress situation where I don't feel right. Do you sort of get it? I feel outside of financial security. Do you sort of get it? But if it like the downside to that, right, is that's quite a brittle system. It's not a very versatile system. Like if I have a set limit, no matter how low I set that limit, like that becomes the weakest point. That becomes my breaking point. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, how can I ever endure more than humanly possible? Do you sort of get it? Like, so what we're understanding is that like if if my metric of validation is external, and I am saying that this external limit is my metric of validation, outside of that, I don't have, like, I have not met my metric of validation. I'm saying outside of this metric, I am unable to feel emotionally. Do you sort of get it? To emotionally feel anything the validation allows me to feel. Do you get it? So like whatever that limit is becomes the point. Like, do you get it? But you don't have to have a limit. If you're not externally validating it, then the external is irrelevant. Like, do you get it? And then it's whatever level you set internally is just the level it is at. And it's your ability to remain detached from the environmental stimuli. Do you sort of get it? So if everyone's jumping up and down screaming, like you don't have to join in. Like, do you sort of get it? Like you can remain calm. Do you sort of get it? So what we're understanding with this is just the more I can bring things internally, like think of it like this, you have no control over what is external to you. You can't control other people's behavior, you can't control the weather, you can't control, the economy, you can't control the communities. Do you sort of get it? Because if you tried to, like, think about it like this. If we just had a community of 10,000 people and you had to control their behavior every day and make sure they're upholding their behavior every day, like you've got 10,000 things to do every day before you start your day. Do you sort of get it? Like you're sort of self-imposing yourself to having an insurmountable like task. Like, do you sort of get it? Whereas if all you had to focus on was control within, do you sort of get it? So you only have control internal to you. I can control what I look at. I can control what I listen to. I can control where I am physically. Do you know what I mean? I can control how I feel. I can control if something bothers me. Do you sort of get it? I can control if I believe something. I can control if something is true to me. Like there's flat earthers who believe that the earth is flat. Like you can't tell me that you control what they believe. Like, do you sort of get it? Like they're controlling what they believe, irrespective of any information or data presented to them. Do you sort of get it? So, like, what we understand is just like my beliefs, like, if I believe that I need to control the external for me to feel within myself internally, like I better hope that like my external is like a Zen monastery and nice and calm. Because if I don't have a calm environment, I will never be calm internally. Like, do you get it? But if I'm internally determining the level of calm that I want to feel, no matter the environment, well, no matter the environment, calm is what I feel. Do you sort of get it? So the power comes when we take internal regulation, internal validation, internal recognition for the detachment of the external environment. Do you sort of get it? If someone loves me, if someone doesn't love me, it doesn't matter. If I love myself and tell myself I can feel X amount of love, X amount of love is the love I feel. Do you sort of get it? So think of it like this. So when we're thinking of it now more advancedly, emotional states translate into biochemical states interpreted through the body are like electric, biochemical electric. Biochemical electric is what alters your electromagnetic frequency, the frequency that's broadcasted from your heart. Your emotional states are the frequencies that you broadcast through your heart's beating and through the shifting and changing of your biochemical state within your body. So if we understand this, if I am externally validating my internal emotional state and biochemical state based on external validational points of initiation, like I am reactive to the environment. I'm very reactive. So my internal broadcasting frequency is not one that is clear because it's always jumping from frequency to frequency. So I seem chaotic and scattered. Do you sort of get it? So when I bring it internally and I say that, calm is the frequency that I want to give off, you know, at peace, relaxed, inner peace. And then I'm broadcasting inner peace into my environment. And basically, that broadcasting of the inner peace, like the stronger my broadcast, the clearer or the sort of the faster it aligns my external environment to my internal environment. So people become calmer if I remain calm. Do you sort of get it? If I jump up and down with them, they sort of will get angrier. So we just understand like it's through internal clarity, not external sort of validation. Like we're not trying to become a calm person in every situation. I become a calm person, and now in every situation, I'm a calm person. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, I'm not trying to learn everything. I just learn this one, learn myself, and I choose what I want. Do you sort of get it? And then I just simply make it so it's versatile enough so that I'm able to easily translate it or transfer it into different aspects or dimensions. That's why I have to understand all dimensions of emotions so that I'm never caught off guard. Does it sort of get it? But the more we understand about emotions, the less we fear about emotions. Just understand fear only exists within separation. If something is me, like I don't fear it. Do you sort of get it? So like as I connect or separation disappears or dissipates, fear also disappears and dissipates, just like turning on the light when you have a fear of the dark. As the light turns on and the dark is gone, Like the dark is banished, the fear is banished as well. Do you sort of get it? So, what we understand about this is that, like, fear is uh, like, there's biological fear responses, okay? And then there's psychological fear triggers or trigger like basically, yeah, fear triggers, like triggers for fear. Do you sort of get it? So, like, psychologically, like, I may have been attacked, and now when I'm in public, like, looking over my shoulder is, like, it's a psychological trigger that puts me into a fear response or something like that. Or seeing someone walk behind me puts me in a fear response to where I have to look over my shoulder. Do you sort of get it? Like, psychological fear is the illusion of fear. Like, do you get it? Like biological fear, like when I'm walking down an alley and I start to get nervous because it's the middle of the night and there's people walking behind me, and I'm getting like that's my body getting prepared that if I have to fight or run, like I'm in a primed or a pre-primed start. The fear is the psychological worry and like the emotional trauma or the negativity or the negative belief in the emotion. So, like, the fear of, being murdered, the fear of being robbed, the fear of being bashed, the fear of whatever it may be. Do you sort of get it? And I'm creating that negative emotional association, and that's fueling that psychological fear, but that psychological fear is not based in reality. Do you sort of get it? So it's like an instinctual fear is like, well, I've been attacked, and this is how they attacked me the last time in this situation. And now it's sort of like I'm priming to respond to it. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, you'll notice when you have a true fear response, your breathing will start to pick up. You'll start to breathe more shallow and more rapidly. And the reason for this is a breathing, an unconscious breathing pattern that starts to activate adrenaline, and it's like it goes in a pattern with adrenaline. But basically, because I'm breathing in rapid, I'm forcing the blood to move faster. Do you sort of get it? So short, shallow breaths, like I'm forcing it to like pump through faster. So like we just understand like the like when it's a real biological fear, not a psychological fear, like it is all of the aspects or physical sensations of that fear are unconscious, sort of instinctual behavioral patterns that alter like advanced biochemical states within the mind. So this is when we get into survival instincts to where we're doing like it's activating adrenaline, where it's activating like all of the more advanced, um, chemicals within the brain. And it's sort of like, yeah, that's just what we have to understand. Do you sort of get it? Like, even in like physical fear, even in a real instinctual based fear, and just understand instinctual based fears are either observed fears where I've seen someone, like if I see someone get attacked by a crocodile in by the river, like standing by the river, like I'm gonna fear standing by the river, but it's not the illusion of fear. There's a real reason I'm not standing by the river. Do you sort of get it? Or I can experience it and that creates the fear. Do you sort of get it? But that's a real fear response because it's an instinctual sort of like, so what happens is basically think of it as like what you perceive as being traumatic fear is simply your brain using fear as the strongest development or the strongest association to that memory or to that knowledge or to that behavioral pattern or that instinct. Do you sort of get it? And it's using the fear as the linking memory that shoots off and puts you into that state of mind. Do you sort of get it? It's not that like the fear you feel is anything negative. It's simply a tool your brain uses to basically alter your behavior in real time so that you don't kill yourself. Like it's survival instincts. Like our instincts are survival instincts. The reason I feel fear standing next to the river is because if a crocodile bites me, like it's game over. Like, do you sort of get it? If a crocodile takes me, it's game over. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, the reason it feels that biochemical way in terms of the tightening of the chest and that fear is simply because that is your unconscious mind not understanding that your perception of fear and the reality of fear. Like, do you sort of get it? Your unconscious mind is not able to determine between you imagining fear and the fear or the environment presenting danger or fear. Do you sort of get it? Your conscious mind does because your conscious mind's got logic and reason and it can sort of separate, but your unconscious mind doesn't. Do you sort of get it? So, like the feeling of fear that you feel, be it psychological fear or instinctual fear, like you're creating the emotions. Like, do you get it? Like, fear doesn't have an emotion, it's like an instinctual knowing. Do you sort of get it? It's like a knowing of danger. It's not like, do you sort of get it? Whereas, like, worrying fear is like, that's different. That's anxiety and more cortisol. Do you sort of get it? But like true fear is sort of just like a knowing where I just know and nothing, like I can't speak, nothing has to ever be spoken. I already know. Do you sort of get it? Like it's really important to sort of understand this because when we're understanding this, like we're working on letting go to the perceived trauma that fear holds because when I let go to the perceived trauma, the fear ceases to hold the ability to cause trauma. And then when I associate now a new positive emotion with that fear response, do you sort of get it? Like I have to remove the negative power from the fear or the fear response, and then so that I'm able to put in the empowering or positive emotional state over it. Like rather than mixing them in together and having fear and love, where I feel love and fear at the same time, like I want to remove all of the fear. Okay. And the way we do that is by de deassociating the meaning or the weight of the meaning of it. So we lower the fear by artificially making it less important and less dangerous. And then we replace the, like, once we remove and make it like nothing, then we simply just condition in through memory association, through forcing ourselves to think of the what we want, so love, if we want love, and we're thinking about love, and then we're feeling the emotional state of feeling, and then just associating it to that response, that fear response. Do you sort of get it? Because, like, for example, like the reason to do this is so when you're trying to elicit a response of fear out of me, I'm just going to broadcast a response of love, but I don't want to have any broadcasting of true intentions of aggression, anger, or hatred. Do you sort of get it? Like I want to broadcast a clear signal of love so that you only feel love from me, whereas do you sort of get it? Like that's just one shade. Like, do you get it? Like, emotional states broadcasted through the heart are energetic states felt by others. Do you get it? So, like, if you understand this, what I'm saying is that, like, if I if I tangle them up and then I'm trying to promote love and there's also like fear and intention within there, it becomes pretty transparent to your unconscious mind. And even though you might believe me consciously, you truly don't believe me. You feel like it's not right. Do you sort of get it? So, like, what we're talking about is altering the energetic state or field around you or in a situation through your internal emotional state, which alters the beating of your heart and the energetic frequency of your heart. Do you sort of get it? And you can put up a decoy, or what we're talking about with trauma is I'm removing any negative association or negative emotional association, and I'm simply replacing it with positive emotional association or emotion. Do you sort of get it? And like the negative I let go to because the stronger synaptic pathway wins. Do you sort of get it? So when we're understanding this and when we're understanding the strongest synaptic pathway, like when a fear response triggers a negative memory or emotion, okay, and then that triggers a negative biochemical state of stress or fear, like, do you sort of get it? Like the only reason that happens is because the synaptic pathway was built and developed. So we're just artificially altering that synaptic pathway to take the fear response and then alter the memory that it associates to. So the memory that it sort of pulls up whenever it's triggered. And then we're just choosing the emotional state we want that memory to trigger. Do you sort of get it? And the emotional state is the basically the recipe for the biochemical state that will be the outcome. Do you sort of get it? So do I want traumatic fear responses to elicit fear or to elicit love? Do you sort of get it? Well, if I'm going to be in environments where there's going to be a lot of people trying to elicit fear out of me, well, love's pretty good because then I get to feel love all the time as they try to elicit fear out of me. Do you sort of get it? If they're going to elicit fear out of me and fear is what is going to be elicited, well, now I have to worry about every group of people because I'm only one person. Do you sort of get it? So like I'm only one person. If people outnumber me, I'm pretty much outnumbered. Do you sort of get it? So when we're understanding this, like all we're understanding is the internal states of being and my perception are the alteration or the points of alteration for my emotional state. Do you get it? Like once I start realizing that it is only me that is deciding that the external validation is more important than my internal validation. Like it's only me like thinking that external events are more important than internal events. So, external meaning, what it means to other people, is more important than my meaning. Do you sort of get it? And what it means to me, that like what other people think is right is more important than what I think is right. Do you sort of get it? Like, and we're just altering that to where what I think is right, what I think means something is more important than what other people think. Not to say that other people have to believe what I believe. Do you sort of get it? Like, we're not trying to dominate the external environment and say everyone has to believe what I want to believe, but it's like their opinion of themselves should be more important to them than my opinion of them. Like I don't have to live with them forever. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, you got to live with yourself forever, like all day, every day. So it's like your opinion of yourself is the most important opinion because essentially you get no breaks from yourself. So if you deteriorate your opinion of yourself at the expense or for others' opinions, so you lower yourself for others, you don't do what you believe is right and you just go along with it, for others. Do you sort of get it? Like, you're only deteriorating your internal identity of self and your unconscious identity of self. Do you sort of get it? And that's only going to lead you to feeling empty and hollow, even within the groups. So, when we're understanding this in emotional state management, like, all we have to do is internalize everything. Do you sort of get it? So we're not saying that we take everything in. No, we instead of looking for our milestones, markers, our signals, and all of our data externally, we start analyzing internally. How do I feel in this environment? How do I feel taking this action? How do I feel speaking this way? How do I feel, and that becomes more important than what other people believe. Do you sort of get it? Because everyone's got a belief up until the point that you tell them to stand on it. Like, everyone's a warrior up until the point that the battle is drawn. Like, do you sort of get it? And then those that don't really want to die in combat, like, don't really want to go to war. Do you know what I mean? But up until that point, everyone's a warrior, a keyboard warrior. Do you sort of get it? So it's like everyone will tell you what is the best for your life and what is right and what you should do and how you should think and how you should feel. But very few of them are ever doing that for themselves. And why is this? Because it costs nothing to tell someone something. Like, do you get it? It costs nothing to tell someone how to live their life, but it costs everything to fucking actually do it yourself. Like, do you sort of get it? Because you got to change who you are to become that person. So the important thing is that, like, it's not that we devalue others' opinions. We just realize others' opinions don't mean as much as our ability to embody our opinions in our action. Do you know what I mean? So, not saying that if I believe, like, if I'm a racist, now I'm just going to go and embody racism. No, like, that would be stupid. That would get you like one way to probably getting your head kicked in. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, we don't take actions against people, but like, I'm choosing what I believe my best life is, what I believe a good life is for me. And then I'm embodying that. Like, that's it. Whatever I want it to be, and then I'm embodying it. And the more aligned I become to embodying it, and the more I identify how aligned those actions are with me, like, if I find out that something no longer makes me happy and I no longer enjoy it, I let go to it. Do you sort of get it? Like, I don't have to keep playing football just because I grew up playing football. Do you know what I mean? I can always take up another sport. Like, I'm not stuck into it. So when you think about this in terms of emotions, just because something elicited a negative emotion out of me before doesn't mean it has to now. Like, if I choose for it to elicit a positive emotion out of me, it's literally how long do I have to embody that behavior until that behavior is the strongest synaptic pathway. Like, do you get it? So when you're thinking about emotional state management and when you're thinking about the baseline of your emotional state, you're literally just saying, this is the emotion I want to feel. And then you aligning to your or developing your emotional state management skills, like is literally just your ability to say what you want and then do it. Like, do you sort of get it? So if I say I enjoy doing these lectures, like I keep doing these lectures. If one day I wake up and I don't feel like doing the lectures, like I don't have to. Like the the outcome or the external environment is not like like that's not the point of validation. If I feel good, like how I feel. Do you sort of get it? So that allows me to be able to flow between doing different things. Do you sort of get it? I might feel like doing something one day. I might feel like doing something another day. I might not feel like doing something for 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? But if I'm having this rigid external sort of validation point, well, that means for 2 weeks, I'm doing nothing. Like, do you get it? If for me to be validated is I have to be validated externally for the actions that I'm taking. If I don't take any actions, there's no validation. If I'm validating myself internally for how I feel while I take the actions, like, do you get it? If I'm not feeling like taking the actions or like taking the actions is what I want right now, like I'm valid to feel everything that I want to feel. Do you sort of get it? So I can still feel happy. I can still feel like I'm working. Do you sort of get it? And this is how you develop work-life balance, where we're able to relax into relaxing when we feel a need or we're down or we're exhausted, but also where when we feel like working, when we feel like doing, we can do. And we're not locked in to only doing one thing. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I'm not just working and then coming home and sleeping, or I'm not just, doing uni and then working. Do you know what I mean? Because those behaviors lead to burnout, but they also require um, sort of coping mechanisms. So like if I'm working eight to 12 to 14 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week for 3 to 4 months on at a time, like there's going to be times or periods outside of that where I have a massive drop in productivity because like I'm just that exhausted or overdoing and I just need to do nothing to sort of recalibrate. So it's sort of like, yeah, if you push the engine too far, you will sort of overdo it. So if you're always needing external validation to feel internal states of being or emotional states or biochemical states or responses, like, do you sort of get it? I always have to be doing. Whereas if I'm internally, like, do you sort of get it? I can give it to myself whenever I want it. All I need to do is set the intention and it is done. Do you get it? So it just makes it so much easier. It makes it far easier because now I don't need to uphold anything to feel how I want to feel. So now my behaviors aren't sort of reactive in a sense of me needing to get something out of them. And now I'm able to take action and behaviors based in what I enjoy, how I feel, how the actions or behaviors make me feel. Do you sort of get it? And that way I can enjoy, for example, say I like to go on to the pub and having a couple of beers. Like I can enjoy that like happily. Like because I feel good while I do it. and I enjoy it and this and that. Do you sort of get it? Like it's not a negative thing. So it's sort of like, but if I'm having to externally validate myself to feel good, well, if others in my environment or those around me don't share in my belief or believe that my action or behavior is the right action, well, then I'm never going to get the validation that I need to feel good about myself. Do you sort of get it? All right. Well, that's going to finish off this one for today. And then we'll continue on in the next one, getting deeper into emotional states because we understand emotional state management right now. So we just understand internal, not external. Do you sort of get it? We bring everything internal, the waters become calm. And then it's literally just my willingness to believe in the emotional state that I want. So if I want to be happy, like I gotta believe I'm happy. If I believe I'm pissed off, I'm fighting against myself. So whatever I consciously choose, I simply have to choose to believe it and say fuck it to anything else. Because why would I work against myself? Do you sort of get it? So like realize that like if we're trying to play devil's advocate and sort of play both sides of the fence, like like in this game of like emotions and biochemical states and like internal psychological states, like this game of life, like you're only fighting yourself. Like, do you get it? So like you don't have to fight yourself. That's the thing. That's why for some people, life is effortless. For other people, life is a real struggle because some people are fighting themselves and they're fighting their actions, beliefs, behaviors, perceptions, perspectives. Do you sort of get it? And then other people are in alignment with themselves. Do you sort of get it? Like some people sort of pretend to be someone they're not to be accepted by others. And then it's like you're fighting against yourself because the reason you're not accepted by those others is because your actions or behaviors or interests don't align to theirs. So, like in the short term, like you can maintain the cost to uphold that behavior of, you know, being around people who you don't, align with or you don't get on with or you don't share any interest with. But over the long period or the long term, like it's always a losing situation because it's not a matter of if you can endure, it's just a matter of when you realize it's pointless to continue enduring. Do you know what I mean? So we'll get deeper into that on the next one. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. All right. Have a good one. Bye.